As well as online video, podcasting is becoming more and more popular, with over 500,000 active shows and over 18 million episodes. It's a platform that's got something for everyone.
We're in the art of making audio-visual productions, but in this episode, we're going to explore the world of audio-only podcasts.
There are so many genres within podcasting, from crime with shows like Serial, to short fiction with shows like Wolverine by Marvel.
Yeah, to our favourite genre, of course, video. So you've got people like Colin and Samir and Matt Diavella with The Ground Up Show.
Yeah, I mean, a few great choices there, but what makes podcasting so popular?
I think nowadays it's all about accessibility. Everybody has access to podcasts.
Yeah, be it on mobile phone with
Yep.
several apps that you can get now. I mean, every phone has normally got an app built in
Yep.
already. Even streaming services such as Spotify or SoundCloud, you now have access to many, many podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's also to do with the sheer quantity of podcasts out there. It's much like the world of video nowadays, where there's just so many different podcasts, shows, programs to choose from.
So genres, sub-genres, yeah.
Exactly. And I think that is what what draws people to listen to them.
There's something for everyone. Doesn't matter how niche, there is something for everyone.
Definitely.
I think also what helps is how easy they are to produce.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, all you need is your mobile phone. You can download an app called Anchor. You can record on that app. Well, have a great idea, record on the app and publish on the app. It's as simple as that. You don't necessarily need all of the expensive equipment. It can just be your mobile phone and a great idea.
Yeah, that's it. And I think what is important there is, like you mentioned there, it's a great idea. It's the content that goes with that.
Definitely. And I think there's so many different ideas, and podcasts, because they're becoming more popular now, are evolving. Like, for example, Colin and Samir, a couple of episodes ago on their podcast, they did, I can't remember what they called it, but it was basically a vlog, in a podcast. So they walked around their town in LA and recorded a podcast. It was literally that.
Yeah, so
they answered questions, but they were walking around. They went into coffee shop. They were walking down the street. They were sort of
podcast on the move.
Yeah, podcasting on the move. And then also they did something on their last episode, which was they recorded their experience of skydiving.
Right, okay.
So it was quite an interesting premise. They sort of introed the podcast of, we're about to go for a skydive, and then sort of filled in the blanks and then spoke about their experience after. And I think it's so interesting to see how podcasts are developing and how they're sort of evolving into something that's not too dissimilar from the video platform.
I think the beauty of it is that it's trial and error with podcasts, because it's so much cheaper and so much easier to produce. You can give it a go, and then you can, like you just said, you can evolve, because it is that much easier to be like, right, well, we've done that, so let's now try doing that instead. If it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world, because it hasn't cost us any money.
Exactly. But then on the other side of that, you've got things like Serial, like you mentioned.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Serial was made into a massive show on Netflix, won many awards, but it started off quite cheap. It was just an investigative journalist recording their story about what they're trying to solve, and that moved on to such a high production. Like, the value that went into the production on Netflix was insane compared to the podcast, and you're finding more and more shows are now doing that because they've proven they've got the audience.
Yeah, exactly.
So by proving they've got the audience by podcasting, they can then move it into a much more expensive platform.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's sort of quite an interesting point, is that podcasts, audio only, are actually now also becoming audio and video productions.
Yes. Yeah.
So, for example, you've got Matt Diavella with The Ground Up Show. His podcast that he does is absolutely brilliant, but it's normally, like, the episodes are normally at least an hour, maybe even 2 hours sometimes. And he's also recording 3-camera setup with each of his guests and uploading that to YouTube. And you look at it on YouTube, the production value is incredible.
Yeah.
And those videos are getting thousands of views. So that's thousands of people who are willing to sit down and watch a video for an hour and a half, which most people would think, no, that's not achievable. That's too long.
Too long, yeah.
Too long. But actually, people are willing to do it nowadays, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And I mean, they're not the only ones doing it. I mean, we are
No.
also now venturing out into the world of podcasting.
We most certainly are. So we launched our podcast a couple of weeks ago called 2 from 2 Cubed, where we are talking about all things creative, the creative industry. We're talking to fellow creatives. We're talking about online video, of course.
Obviously.
And we are also talking to business owners. So that's young business owners, that's old business owners, that's local business owners, that's people who are in the world of business. And so far, it's been an incredible experience.
It has.
We are currently only recording audio with it,
We are.
but
Video.
much like this episode, video will probably come on down the line.
I'm actually so like we just said, it will evolve. We're
Yeah,
evolving.
definitely.
We're still learning.
Yeah, 100%.
And on that note, if you have got any comments or anything you want to know about video, you can always tweet us at 2CubeCreate using the hashtag YVideo. Or you can visit our website 2cube.co/yvideo, and we will happily answer any questions about video and even podcasting in this case.
Definitely.
Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would be very, very grateful. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.